counter, I think that we have many opportunities to polish how we're communicating with one another. David Kokel, more than 10 ahs or ums. Gail Rust is the champion of the and ah. We also had Susan Watkins, Wendy Binkowski, Greg, Jim Karen, Romaine Wood, Teresa Flynn using ahs and or ums. Gunnas, wannas, you knows, as well as seeing above and kinda like seem to fill our communication. What I would like to focus on, however, is the positive uses of our English language, the great examples of alliteration, the great examples of triads and imagery and wordsmithing. Let's start off with David Kokel. Expressions such as low-hanging fruit, the slave to procedure, game-changing, very well done. Dennis Martin, parlay, dictate and dominate an example of alliteration, goes to the post, seeing it flourish, I thought that was wonderful. Sue Watkins used the expression of being industrious. Wendy Binkowski used the sentiment of being intimate and sweet. Greg had the example of the triad at the front end of the meeting, style, tone, and tempo. He also used the language of someone being naive. Jim Karen used the expression being compelling. John McGee, who is not here, but we had in our table topics, the platform for change as well as change is inevitable. Thought those were both great. Romaine has a great example of alliteration, memory muscle. He also used the expression pilgrimage. We had Alan Edge talking about the power of purpose, again, a repeat of alliteration. Good ideas versus God ideas. I thought that was wonderful play on words. Jillian Sender, I have an artist's soul. I could just imagine what that would look like. And you use that 2 times in your presentation. Snyder used the expressions being satirical as well as bravado. Teresa Flynn, nebulous and flagging of humor, stepping into my comfort zone. I thought that was quite beautiful. Sue Watkins, mortuary science, expression I had never heard before.
I didn't know what she was talking about.
I knew what she was talking about, but I just hadn't heard it in expression before. Being a free mechanic, as she was referencing her past. The mentoring group she was put into. Use of triad, children, husband, and cats. Being a slave to the lender. I thought that this language was really quite rich. Jillian Sender, given me a gift. Michiganaw, meaning crazy. A cruise of well-being, I thought was a beautiful expression. Captain of my ship. Deliberate effort and concentrated thought. Happening for me. Training for triathlon. This alliteration is very repetitive. I thought it was wonderful. Hallmark of experience. Gail, a couple of opportunities for sharpening. You have a tendency to use some very slang language. All right, okay, toward. Let me tell you. So you're very casual and very comfortable in front of the group. Maybe you want to consider the polish that equates your image that you have in front of the camera and in front of the group, just as a possibility. For sure, I heard, but I don't know who said it. And I also heard the comment and the reference to the background tarps, the background drops, but the background thing, we could get rid of the word thing and just say the background. So just an opportunity for clarification. Our word of the day was used repetitively throughout the meeting. We had Gail Rust using it more than once, David Kokel more than once, Alana more than once, Susan Watkins twice, Wendy Binkowski once, Greg twice, Jim Karen twice, Romaine Wood I heard 1 time, myself once outside of the example, Jillian Sender 2 times, Schneider 1 time, Teresa Flynn 1 time, and if there are others, I apologize for not recording it. I may have been writing other notes at the time. That concludes my counter grammarian report. Thank you so much.
As the timer comes